USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all in the same page regarding that this very crucial, very important civil justice sign of closure I'm providing for myself. And I am Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge. And why the civil justice sign off? To be on the same page one more time. United States of America, nation with fatal negligence, enforced poverty to I using the robocall poverty mandate, and it is a crime. And that is why I am providing the civil justice sign off in front of all nations to get the civil justice in the healthiest way. And it is also a multitasking as well, because I'm also displaying the true health creators to the United States of America. So it is a multitasking. So let me read this civil justice sign off to be on the same page. Okay. So for I, Vethapriya, PROSE, proved scandal of absolute monarchs and proved Pope Francis is a Roman Empire king he wrote as of February 2021. Any salary as in tax-free billions of dollars USA government can provide effective immediate using direct deposit to my bank account to I am Vethapriya, PROSE, native Indian tribe, Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide can help me. So, the scandal phases of Republica Europe nations worldwide as in Republica Roman Empire never educated, USA Republican government can never enforce poverty, and USA can never create robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, and a true civil supreme judge. And it is fatal negligence of Roman Empire to be fatal negligence. Either USA government should say knows who is Republica Roman Empire, or either USA government should say don't know who is Roman Empire. So if we are all in the same page, from being aware of what are the empires, it is the starting empire was Babylonian. Then that got collapsed and that became Persia, which is today's Iran and Afghanistan. And then that got collapsed, that empire got collapsed, and that became the Greece Empire, you know, the King Alexander the Great, like that. And then that got collapsed and then became the Egypt Empire. And that Egypt Empire got collapsed and only then it became the Roman Empire. So that is, by default, Roman Empire is indeed Egypt Empire and vice versa, right? So, but then, what is the scandal is all about? The Egypt Empire is what? It's all the Islam leaders, right? The United Arab Emirates, Syria, and that Jordan, fake Israel, Gaza, Palestine, right? So these are all the Egypt nations. Islam, you name any Islam nation, it is a Egypt rule, Egypt Empire rule, right? That's why they have still, even today they have a flogging, they have a lynching, right? It's all because the Egyptian way of providing the national punishment to the civilians. Okay, it is still there. So that means that itself is a proof that whatever happened during the Jesus Christ era and after death and crucifixion and all those before Christ era, everything, all the incidents happened for real. Okay, and the absolute truth as of today, as the year is what, 2021, right? So if you see the United Arab Emirate leaders, they wear the burqa, they wear the head coverings, right? And if you see those, they are mirrored after Egypt king's clothing. Got it? So that itself is a proof that how and why those all those empire comes under the umbrella of Babylon only. So what is Babylon? One more time, they eat, live, breathe, sleep, die, right? Swim, run, walk, sleep, eat, and digest only sexual immorality. So they do not have any humane values, they do not have any family values, they do not have any family bonding, they mock at the holy marriage law, like that. So that is the way of their lifestyle. And it's just not today, it's been there forever. So that is why and how each and every single generation, even before Jesus Christ era, the God, right? God means the one unseen God with the God's Holy Spirit, either through God-chosen angels, they were trying to reach out to the population, telling that, hey, stop that, don't do that, don't get into the sexual immorality, like that. But then at that point of time, when the discipline is provided, the population were okay like that. But then again, they will get back into that mode. And it has been like this for a pattern of abuse, and the track record itself says it all, right? And now you all know why Noah's Ark flood was created, and Moses and the Red Sea tsunami was created, right? So it was all created. People are thinking it is God only created. No, who created it? It is indirectly the Babylonians only. Because why? Only because of their adverse human lifestyle, it impacted the oxygen generation process, because every single organism, either living organism or a non-living organism, they are all dependent on each other, right? And that means sun should work the way it should work, moon should work the way it should work, stars should work the way it should work, worms on the ground should work the way it should work, insects should work the way it should work, birds should work the way it should work, right? Wild animals like lions and reptiles like turtle, the lizards, they all have to work the way it should work, and population have to work the way they should work, right? But then this is how God created. If you see in the Holy Bible, this is how God imagined how the world should be, and in a perfect way He created every single thing, like to the minute detail level. He designed it perfect. It was just flawless, the creations created by God. But then, as I told you earlier, these Lucifer, they become above God, because they were thinking, what if there is no peace on earth? What if there is hell on earth? What if the population are tortured to death with injustice after injustice? Oh, that'd be fine. Why can't we enjoy that? And that is how all this hell got created. Got it? So you all are aware that right now that Queen Elizabeth II is indeed what? She is an Egypt empire. But how she's portraying herself to the world? Christian. But she's never a Christian. Got it? You have to digest the truth, my dear fellow mankind. Queen Elizabeth II is an Islam-Judaism, paganism, deadliest communism, and even her blood cells is absolutely poisonous. So in order to get rid of that poison, what is the best, healthiest way, medical standards way? Just throw Queen Elizabeth and all the other absolute monarchs in the lake of fire and let them be gone in ashes. Means the poison that is destroying all the nations can be gone at the step 1. Step 2, I have to step in and provide all the design solutions. Once when I'm done with the design solutions, I told I can even quit, right? Meaning I can retire and I can enjoy my retired life. Then people can also work, and even I can also step in and work as an advisor, right? Like that. So, but then first we all have to work on the step 1, right? So you all must be aware how the empires is all. Roman Empire means what? Roman Empire is nothing but Babylon Empire. Babylon Empire means what? Again, one more time, Persian Empire. Persian Empire means what? Iran and Afghanistan. Iran and Afghanistan means what? Greece Empire. Greece Empire means with what? Egypt Empire. Egypt Empire means what? Islam and Judaism. Islam and Judaism means what? Roman Empire. You got it, right? So it is like step 1, 1, 2. But then the innocent population in the nations worldwide, they never gave their brains to work to think how on the earth, what are the empires like that. So that is why each and every single generation, God chooses the wisest person. And what is the wisest person, meaning of the wisest person? If you are all in the same page, yes, it is double innocent people are the wisest person. That is how God will choose. They tell, right? God chosen one means God chooses only a cleanest hearted human to do this kind of excellent wisdom teaching process. Because when there is a pollution, meaning a polluted heart, will not be in a position to educate the complex in a simplest way. That is how, that is a proof, right? I already educated why all the Christian evangelicals are handcuffed and they must be in the jail forever, right? So that means including that late Billy Graham as well, because they all provided false, whatever fake and whatever according to their will and pleasure, they were tweaking in here and there the Holy Bible verse according to their interpretations, and they were misguiding the population. That is wrong. Absolutely wrong, right? Because it is going to damage the human brain nerves, and that's never correct. So now we all got the answers that what exactly is the Roman Empire. So, but then you also know that all nations were going after that Roman Empire and Egypt Empire process model only. Why? Because they were thinking that those empires were providing an excellent governance, but in fact it is not. Yes, there were like women who were ruling those empires. Even the Egypt empire was ruled by Queen Cleopatra, right? So that means it itself displays how women were also given the ruling powers and how they were ruling in an excellent way, the governance. But then all in the process, it all got screwed up. Okay, because of the selfish reasons, because it's all became on a power grab mode, fanatic love. So then if you're seeing it today, Queen Elizabeth will die out of heart attack when the crown is getting removed. So that is how much fanatic love they are. So if you're going to remove the crown from all the Islam leaders, the United Arab Emirates and the Malaysia, Brunei leader and all, they will die out of heart attack. Japan, absolute monarchs and Chinese royals, if they're going to remove the king, the crown from them, they will die, because they are like, they just get, the brain just cannot work without the crown. And just for the fanatic love of crown only, they created all the hell, right? Hell after hell after hell. So now you all should be aware that Roman Empire is what? One more time. It is Islam, I-S-L-A-M, Islam, Judaism, J-U-D-A-I-S-M, Judaism. That means what? Paganism. What is paganism? Cultism. What is cultism? Providing illusion as a truth, mode of a fooling process to damage the human brain nerve cells, and also providing identity theft process. And this is not 1 or 2 year, 1 day or 1 year, 2 year scandal. It is like, I would say, probably 50,000 year scandal. So that means 50,000 means even before that population were classifying the years in like century like that, and even before the Roman calendars versus the Gregorian calendars versus there are still very, very old way of calculating the calendars. So that means the oldest way of calculating the calendars are still used in India. Got it? Still they are used in only Tamil Nadu after all, as of today. So that means whatever happened earlier, there is a proof here and people were witnessing everything. Okay, so what is Roman Empire one more time? My dear fellow mankind, this is very crucial. It is okay if it is going to take time for this session. What is Roman Empire? Roman Empire is Islam and Judaism. So who hide the truth to United States of America? Is it you? No. Is it I? No. Is it governments? No. Then who? Is it God? No. Is it national leaders? No. Then who? You all got it. It is Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, right? And all the Islam leaders. They are the true criminals. And the Dalai Lama and yoga gurus were all created for the Asian nations to be destroyed. Got it? So they are all still comes under the umbrella of this Roman Empire only, but in a different version. So people were not able to figure it out. Oh, they are Hindus. Oh, they are Buddhists. Oh, they are Jainism. Oh, how holy they are. How vegans they are. Right? That's how they provide the mask. They make a mask and they provide that only vegans are holiest on those Asian sides. So it's all created for destruction mode only. Right? On the other side, for the Europe and Eurasia and the Middle East Asians, these people, this Israel, fake Israel leader and all these people were taking care of on how to destroy the nations. And the more destructions provided in versions of any sexual immorality way, Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth will throw dollars, luxury to them. And that is how directly now you are able to trace it out. That is how Dubai, Saudi Arabia, they all building skyscrapers, right? It is all because of that only. So then what else? They were selling the gasoline, right? There's a scandal there also, okay? So they are selling the gasoline to the Europe and all the other nations. And for that, Queen Elizabeth was throwing more luxury. Got it? Because if you are going to put a gallon of gasoline in your tank, anywhere, even if it's a gallon, it's a $10, or if a 17 or 20 gallons means approximately anywhere between $10 to $50, $60 a civilian has to put. Be it a car tank or a SUV tank or a truck tank or whatever. But then there's a state tax, sales tax means how much of more they have to pay, and it's all gone into the mouth of all the Islam leaders and the Queen Elizabeth II, Pope, right? And nobody knew. And in between, who also got to eat those dollars, like George W. Bush, kind of a foolish patient. I already said among the living presidents as of now, George W. Bush is the least of innocent. He can wear a mask that he is a true Christian, he is a white skin, he is a Republica, and he is a very, very holy like that. No. Got it? That is why in my book of civil law, the identifying innocence itself is totally different. You all saw. You all got it, right? So among all the existing living presidents, the least innocent means more foolish or less, I would not say not innocent, there is innocent, but less innocent. So that means the least innocent mode. Got it? So he was, what was he doing according to the Queen Elizabeth slavery mode? Puppet. He's a puppet. All national leaders are puppet. So he has to do that marketing that Iraq is a one hell of a nation. And Iraq is doing all the crap. And that is why USA have to provide a war against the Iraq. So this is the marketing strategy that he has to provide. And this was the requirement provided by Pope Francis and the Queen Elizabeth. And even the United Arab Emirates as well, because they are all under the one umbrella only. Right? So no other go. So in order for George W. Bush to get the gasoline ownership or shares in the Europe, right? That's why ExxonMobil gasoline is state of Texas only. And where is George W. Bush? In state of Texas. Got it? So that is why, and what is state of Texas? It's one of a slave state. And what is a slave state? It's a state ruled by Queen Elizabeth II. Got it? So you all understand why all this crap is happening, hell is happening in all the slave states, and there's a pattern of abuse. Right? If you see, even in Texas, there were flood recently, no help was provided. And there was shooting in Walmart, remember? And that was during the presidential election time only, campaigning time only that happened. And no help was provided. And if you see, 99.9% of the population in state of Texas are only Republican, purest form of Republicans. Means, I would say virgin Republicans, means fanatic. Absolute fanatic Republicans. If you're going to go to South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, like that, they are all blindest fanatic love of Republicans, not even aware that they all became victims of abuse. They don't know the meaning of the Republica. Even there was a scandal. They were thinking Republica means traditional values, but no, Republica means the real meaning is what? I already educated, prostitution. So they were thinking, so innocent population were thinking Republica means, they are going to have the conservative traditional values. But then it was the other way around. Got it? So then how everything is getting puzzle solved, solved. Iran is a Republican Islam nation. You go to any Islam nation, you name it, be it Pakistan, it's a republic. And India is a republic nation. It's telling that it's one of the democratic nation, but it's still in a whole entire planet, only India celebrates Republic Day as a festival. So that itself is a proof that how Republica is being injected everywhere. So that is why I said, do not panic and do not move out of any of the nations or any of the states. Stay where you are. Because that is how the civil justice can be provided in an excellent way, my dear fellow mankind. Right? Just put blindest paper. So if you're going to look into the Bangladesh, it is a Republica of Islam nation. Okay? And if you're going to look into the Nepal, it is a Republican nation. If you're going to look into Hong Kong or Malaysia, Singapore, they're all republic. If you're going to look into Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam, you name any, Japan, Korea, right? Russia, right? All of them are republic. Okay, and then if you come again to this, Europe nations as a United Kingdom, like Ireland Republic, Scotland Republic, London Republic, Denmark Republic, Norway Republic, right? Czechoslovakia. It's also republic. You name any of the European nations, Prague, Poland, Warsaw, right? And then Slovenia, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Hungary, Austria, Germany, France, Portuguese, Spain, all are republic only. So you all got it, right? Why that republic is so not nice word after all. But then how people got fooled and fooled in the name of Republica, because Republica real meaning is what? Real meaning of Republica is they want to have that conservative traditional values, but in the name of conservative values only, it is the Republicans only, they were destroying the entire humanity worldwide. And who destroyed the worldwide? Is it you? No. Is it me? No. Is it governments? No. Is it population? No. Then who? Is it God? No. Then who? It is all the Islam leaders. Got it? So who is Islam leader? I want you all to understand that very carefully. Who is Islam leader? As of today, Queen Elizabeth II. But what is she portraying to the worldwide world? She is a Christian. And she provides a sweet talk every Christmas message. Have you ever seen? When she's providing a Christmas message, it will be as if she never even knows the word called slavery. But then, she is the one who created the slavery. Right? Can you all see the contradictory? Okay, then. Pope Francis is the one who created the lynching and flogging in United States of America, exclusively mandated for African Americans, black-skinned people. They were just hanged on the trees on the road, and the people were witness to see those. Who created that? You? Me? No. Is it national leaders? No. Is it governments? No. Is it doctors? No. Is it police? No. Is it cops? No. Then who? Is it God? No. Who? Who provided that? Even in the neighborhoods level, they used to say blacks are not allowed. And state of Wisconsin, Janesville was one of the headquarters for that organization. Who provided that? Pope Francis. Pope Francis. People are worshipping the Satan only as God. And for this scandal has been going for how long? How long? Yes, I hope people are getting involved in state of Wisconsin, because now the year is 2021. But then there again, the problem is only between the generation gap population. When there are 80 years old, 75 years old, 60 years old, they will never understand whatever the scandal provided by Pope Francis. They will think that black should be discriminated. They are the white people. So can you see how the generation gap level, the brains are damaged, and how everything traces only to Pope Francis, right? So how I only can step in and provide the guidance in the wisest way. So the state of Wisconsin is only one state that's been headquartered for all this Nazism, all this Holocaust, all this lynching, all this flogging. It all started only in state of Wisconsin, my dear fellow mankind. So that is why I feel it is a God's planning. God way is known only to God's ways, right? Because for past 500 years, I would say the population in the United States have been only shedding their tears and praying to God. Dear God, please send guardian angel. Please send a true friend. Please send a God-sent soldier to help us out, because we are all getting tortured. We are not getting any help from the government, dear God. This is what people would have been shedding their tears and praying, and all those innocent prayers have been answered because I am born. Right? I never thought I will be born and I will stand up and I will slap all the nations worldwide. I will handcuff, I will file lawsuit against all nations, right? I never knew COVID-19 scandal also will be created, and through that even God's name alone will be glorified, because I am the only one who is saying COVID-19 is an absolute scandal. Right? Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks, I don't know whether God will even forgive them. I leave that part to them, and they have to fall down in knees and get that talk to God or whatever. I cannot forgive them. I can bail out. I can only bail out. I already said, just resign and get out of the medical services immediately. Do not create more curse to the medical field. That's what I'm educating to them. And if you see, they are on the generation gap mode. They will not understand. They are only in this Stone Age era. Right? If the Dr. Fauci is in 80s, means he must be only in the Stone Age era. So he must have witnessed the World War II or the German famine, right? France went through that famine, those period. He should have witnessed it either here in the United States of America or when he was in any of the Europe nations, be it Austria or Ireland or Scotland or German or France or Spain or Italy or wherever, you name it. So that is why his brain is not in a position to accept the reality that, hey, we are in the robo era, my dear fellow mankind. We have to keep moving on, moving forward. We should not go back to the caveman era. But then what Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks did, indeed, they made United States of America to go back to the caveman era because of the generation gap. So can you all imagine, understand what is generation gap disability is all about? And it's the same issue with that Republican GOP leader, Mitch McConnell. Right? He should be at least in 70s or 80s. So his brain cannot work. His brain is working only way behind. Right? Like 1930s, 1918s, because that's when the German World War and Jews program and Hitler, lot of things were happening. Right? So their brain are still working on that era only, but they are not able to understand, hey, we are all in the evolution mode. People are getting educated mode. Why can't nation grow? So when they are going to lift that whatever justice handbook given by the Pope, the Satan, to the United States of America, if they're going to flip the page by page by page by page by page by page, starting with Declaration of Independence in 17th century, and then all the amendments, everything is invalid. Everything is disqualified means what should a wisest nation should do now? Pack all those law book, okay, and then collect all the amendments. How about 20, 27, maybe 13, whatever amendments. Throw everything in a garbage bag. Just throw it in the volcano. Let it be gone forever in ashes. Start new. Get all the healthy guidance. I will provide the guidelines. I already said I will provide the Declaration of Independence reform. I will provide all the state amendments. Means simplest. It should be simplest. Law should be very simplest so that anybody can step in and provide the law. Right? It's never should be very complex. And why they made it complex? Like doctors, they also need that law verbiage, right? And non-lawyers like anybody, like even me, cannot understand the law verbiage. And it's all written only in French or French, sorry about that, French or Latin, right? And then that's translated to English. So can you all imagine how everywhere there's a trap and a roadblock, meaning even if they want to come out of that garbage, they cannot. That means Pope Francis, he provided chains of slavery on the legs of each and every single civilian. Even if they want to choose the wisest choice and to run away from all this hell process, he provided a chain on the legs of each and civilian. They just could not get out. But what I will do, I will throw all Pope Francis teams in the volcano, let them gone in ashes, and I will remove all the chains of slavery for all nations worldwide. Let live free. Hello, we are all born to live free and happy life, right? A peaceful life. We have to live that way. But these people, they will not, my dear fellow mankind. It's a track record. Even when Moses, he imagined how much of hell he would have underwent through, right? He even asked God, how God, dear God, I have a stutter. He was having a stutter problem, meaning he cannot, the stutter is a disability where a civilian cannot talk fluently. They will have breaking here and there. But then God told, go. So he chose. That means that itself is a proof that God choosing people is according to the God's choice, right? People might be thinking, in order for the God to choose, the person should be perfect. The civilians should have a perfect features, like the classification in the code of handsome for men or pretty for women, like that, right? Or white skin only, like that. But then the reality is God choosing a person to display the truth of God to the population is differing. It's according to the God's choice only. So that is a proof, right? And so then he was the only one who went. He was a good leader only because he had to take care of all the Israelites, right? He is never a perfect man, Moses. No, he is like any civilian only. He is also flawed. But then even in that mode, God chose him to display only God's name to be glorified. Got it? So then, even when the Egypt king, you all should know, Egyptians, right? The Egypt king, they never ever, forever, never wanted Israelite tribe Christian Jews to live free in the earth. And how many years went? Even the Egypt king passed away, Moses passed away. Even after Moses, there were so many people, all passed away, right? That means then the population came up with a century calculation. So that means 1st century, 2nd century, 3rd century went, passed away, right? 14th century, 15th century itself, the British took over. Got it? That's how the British colonization went. So that means they are all bloodline of that Egypt king, selfish bloodline only. And that is how, you all got it, that is how British Empire, went to each and every single nation, count by count, and they destroyed. And there is a reason behind it, my dear fellow mankind, because in all this generation, you all also must be aware, I mean, at least the Christians must be aware, that an angel, right, Gabriel, gave a prediction that Virgin Mary will give birth, and the name will be named as Jesus, right? And it will be called as Emmanuel, meaning God with us, right? And then Jesus Christ will destroy the evil force in Asher. So this was a prediction. It was given in a different form and variations in different generations, be it Daniel, be it, there are a lot of prophecies, okay, and they all predicted the same, Ezekiel, everywhere. So they predicted the same thing. How is it possible? It is, nobody have answers for that, and that itself is a proof that God's Holy Spirit speaks to in a different way, because people understanding it in different ways based out of brain processing, right? So that is why oxygen is given only by God. That itself is a proof that God only created humans. We cannot see oxygen, but can we live without an oxygen? No, right? It's the same meaning of how to understand God is God, right? So, so you all are aware, it's been, the prosecution has been forever. So then what happened? That time itself, King Herod was there. Okay, so when King Herod heard that, he immediately got panic mode. Why? He did not wanted population to know the true face of King Herod. Meaning that's how the transition, it's all a puzzle code. In Holy Bible, they never said Pope Francis only King Herod, or United Arab Emirates leaders are only King Herod, like that. No. You all should understand how the puzzle Morse code is all in a military defense code, Mayday form, right? Because they cannot say it directly, but people have to understand it. But then whoever sat and wrote the Holy Bible, they knew only a true Israelite Christian Jew only will decode all this complex, and that is I am the one. Got it? Because how many Christian prophecies were there, evangelicals were there, and including Billy Graham, everybody destroyed the humanity only. So that itself was the proof that they all did whatever they did it against the God. Right? So that is the reality, my dear fellow mankind. So the King Herod was freaked out. So immediately what he did was, he is a Lucifer after all. He is an Antichrist after all, right? Antichrist means anti-love. Means loving only unhealthy hatred. Loving only unhealthy love. That is what is called as the Antichrist. So it's the simplest form of saying not loving Antichrist. Not to say not loving in healthy way. You can also say it in one word, Antichrist, like that. Right? Or you can say it as a sin or a crime or whatever you want to add those words for. Alternate words. So then he wanted to save his king's role, like his luxury, living in a palace. Means it's not just only one King Herod. I already educated. The faces of King Herod are France leader, Germany leader, United Arab Emirates leader, Zionism leader, right? And Queen Elizabeth. So that means you all got the education in a multitasking of how and why I am providing civil justice sign-off is also a wonderful and excellent civil justice indeed, right? Got it? Because I'm unlocking all the puzzles and displaying the true criminals to the government, not only to the USA government, all nations are getting educated as well simultaneously. So that is how the civil justice should be, in an unbiased way. So then, that King Herod, he pledged, meaning he took a vow that he is going to destroy any firstborn child of Israelite tribes, Christian Jews, worldwide. Because worldwide they are displaced. So that means that is a transition between the Egypt Empire to the Roman Empire mood. Got it? So that is why they never highlight that the United Arab Emirates, they never highlight about any of the Egypt empire, because they know if they are going to talk about Egypt empire, they will be screwed up. They'll be thrown on the volcano on next second, right? But then for how long they can fool, and they must be the cursing me to that right now. Be it Iran leader, be it Syria leader, right? Because they are death penalty. I allocated death penalty for them already on their spinal cord. They cannot escape death. No. I will just slap, and if you're going to see, all the Islam leaders are what? Male club. Meaning they hate women. They hate the word women. Women are slaves in their empire. It can be Dubai, it can be Jordan, it can be Pakistan, it can be Bangladesh, it can be Brunei, Malaysia, right? Women are treated less than dirt. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Right? And so you all should understand, yes, it is taking a lot of time, but then you all should understand the cruciality of the deadliest scandal I'm talking about. Got it? So it is only the Islam leaders who was destroying every single humanity, and there is a reason behind it for each and every single of their action they were providing. So now you got it, why there is war. Got it? Why British went war with all nations? Because they were searching for the Jesus Christ, because it was clearly predicted that the Jesus Christ will be one who will grow up and will stand tallest and will tear down the mask of all this Roman Empire kings in front of all nations. So they were fearing, including Queen Elizabeth, were fearing for a crown, to safeguard the crown. And Arabs, they want to safeguard their crown, their luxury. All luxury will be taken away from them, right? But it's all clearly written in the Holy Bible, right? And even the death penalty is also clearly written. Means imagine the brain processing of different generation, of different population. Nobody knows nobody, absolute strangers, even nobody would have born in that generation. When Moses was there, probably I would say Noah might be in a different generation. Nobody knows Noah. So that means, can you all see how God choosing the people also varies? So he provided that Roman King Herod, he provided the pledge. Whoever, worldwide, it should be provided, the death penalty. And how can he do that? He cannot say death penalty, firstborn, like that, blah, 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 because people will freak out, right? They will ask question. So he has to provide a different cunning way. And that cunning way program is only called as a 666 Mark of the Beast program. What is that exactly? Killing, I said, right? Killing means there are different variations, but people see it only when a civilian takes a knife and kills another civilian. That is what is killing means. No. Killing means financial, enforcing poverty is a killing, enforcing orphan is a killing, and can you all see enforcing refugees is a killing, and enforcing sexual immorality to the innocent population is a killing, right? Prostitution is a killing, right? So can you all see the variations? And cancers is a killing. How many people are mocking cancers? Oh, you must have done this many sins. That's why you are in having that cancer. So, but not even aware that how much of torture they have to undergo through during the chemotherapy and all those stuff, right? Some people, they have to lose their organs given by God, right? And they have to live with it, deal with it, and die with it. Lifetime scars. On top of it, being mocked and bullied, right? So how that humanity got destroyed on a micro level. Everything traces only to the Pope Francis. Oh, he will be thrown in the volcano, my dear fellow mankind. Wait, watch and see. Got it? Please trust me, blindest. Please trust me, blindest. So you all know now why there is war, right? Because they are all searching for the Jesus Christ only. Just for one to figure out one Jesus Christ, they are creating wars at a war. How many civilians died? How many military services got abused? How many war veterans got handicapped? Right? They got their legs and hands amputated. Imagine before they were living normal life, abruptly they got their legs and hands got amputated. Abruptly, what will you all do? What will I do? But then imagine those war veterans, they have to live with it, deal with it, and die with it. Left to be mocked up. And all for created only for tax. They never knew. People in the military were thinking they were going to fight for the nation, so patriotic spirit, like that, right? That's what everybody will have. You name and go ask any civilian, they'll be the first one to go and fight for the nation and die, because that is the inborn nature of a civilian, a soldier of God, a protector of population first, right? But then how it got misused, how it got abused for the fanatic love of crown alone. To safeguard Queen Elizabeth, to safeguard Pope Francis alone, all these military has been abused and was even created. So who was creating wars for the human eyes? USA. But who really created the wars after all? It is Queen Elizabeth II. So if at all population have to curse, who should population have to curse? Curse the Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. Never USA nation. But sadly, yes, because they only went war by war and destroyed everything. Right? The side effects of that nuclear bomb, that uranium-236, is still today impacting the Japanese people. They are shedding tears. Who will pay for damages for that? Why USA never even bothered to throw that same uranium-236 on the head of Queen of Elizabeth II, who created all the war crimes after all, who even wanted the dew point in United States of America to create that uranium, abuse that periodic table, abuse the chemical, and wanted to create the nuclear weapon only in United States of America. That dew point only created that and got the curse. Why USA never even bothered to throw that nuclear weapon on the head of Pope Francis? Why? And why on the earth they went and threw on an innocent population? What did they do to USA? Nothing. What did they do? Nothing. Even that Pearl Harbor thing, it is Pope Francis only enforced that in a cunning way. Right? We all know that Hitler has to find a way for USA to join that war. USA was not willing to do that because they were done with all this crap that was going on, all the younger generation dying every single day, the torture the households were having, losing their children, 18 years, 19 years, sons dying in the war front. But then Pope had the tie-up with the Nazi organization, with Germany. And he is the one who mandated the Hitler also to tie up with Japan and to throw that bomb in Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Then what will the foolish USA will think? Oh no, it is Japan. These foolish people, they never even knew it is only Hitler who made that. And they never even bothered to think that it is only Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth did that. Because when a crisis like that can happen, brains will not work. It will go blank. Right? It will just go blank. Because it's absolutely not one human died. It's like 3,000 to 4,000, like that kind of a people means. You all know how that World Trade Center, even that's also created by Queen Elizabeth II only. People were thinking, oh, it is, what was his name? Osama bin Laden. Right? People were confusing with the President Obama name as well, because Obama, Osama, like that, rhyming names, right? But then imagine how that crime was created in a very cunning way, that always innocent population alone were mandated to look at fault, at guilt mode, and Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis always made to look holy, right? And they thought they can get away with it. No, they cannot. And it is also clearly written in the Holy Bible. In the Revelation 18, what it is written? Her means what? The Queen Elizabeth will think, oh, I am the queen. I am not a widow. I am 95 years old. I have all the luxury. I have all the power. Nobody will ask me. No. She cannot get away free of the judgment process that's going on right now. Got it? That is why God made me to be welcomed in the earth. That says it all. Because a true woman only is a wisest woman, can lead a nation correctly, can display what is innocent, what is not innocent correctly, what is disability, what is not disability correctly. Because a double innocent is a double wisest. That is why a man becomes more wisest only when gets married to a wisest woman. A man should never get married to a foolish woman. No, it will be a super hell for a man. It's the other way around also. A wisest woman should never get married to a foolish man. It will be hell for the wisest woman forever. I already said, even when people want to run out of the toxic relationship, Pope Francis provides that chain of slavery. Not anymore, my dear fellow mankind. Not anymore. Not anymore. He himself will run from Vatican and he will jump into the volcano. Wait, watch and see. Even all the Islam leaders will run, must have started to run like a marathon race. All the Islam leaders from United Arab Emirates, from Iran, from Iraq, the Jordan, Syria, all must have started running like a marathon race towards that volcano in Hawaii. Like a do-it-yourself death penalty, excellent process model. Got it? Because the crime they provided is so deadly. It cannot be forgiven. No, it cannot. Because how many people should have begged when they were tortured? They never heard their voice, right? In Dubai, Saudi Arabia and all, they provide caning, flogging, lynching. Means imagine how much of torture the population have to undergo through in front of the population, the false prosecution, false shame enforced as a national punishment. Right? When they are the ones who created all the hell. They are the ones who create. Now you all got it. Why United States of America removed the name Merry Christmas and made it as a happy holidays? It is because it's because of this foolish, cunning Islam leaders only. Islam means what? Judaism. Judaism is the majority population in all the government operations in the United States of America. Not anymore. I've handcuffed everybody, count by count. They all should go to the jail now. World Zion Organization leader should be running already and must have locked himself in the jail already for a do-it-yourself lock in the jail mode. Just wait for me to bail out. Because I know there is innocence, but only I can bail all of them out. Nobody can. Can you all imagine? Please understand the severity of the cruciality of this scandal is all about. People were thinking, Holy Bible is a fake. Not even one incident that's written in the Holy Bible is true. And empires, they never existed after all. So Babylon Empire is a fake, Persian Empire is a fake, like that. Now tell me, United States of America is having military operations in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is Persia. What is President Joe Biden going to say about that? Right? Why they are in Afghanistan and Iran? Because Afghanistan provides opium. Opium is a painkiller. It's a plant, like any other plant. So they are the largest producer of opium. And it is used in the pain killing and surgical and other medical processes in United States of America. And Iran produces ganja. It's another type of a drug, same like a marijuana, right? Cannabis, like that. And how cunningly they included that in a recreation mode and wellness oils like that. CBD oil, it got legalized. These Islam are very cunning, my dear fellow mankind. They know how to destroy a national operation, and they successfully were able to do it without any clue. So you all got it. Why President Trump, President Obama, and when President Obama and President Trump were not able to do any of their tasks, how on the earth President Joe Biden going to do? He can only talk sweet talks, that is all, and 4 years will be gone. And people have to die, generation will be lost. For how long this scandal has to go on? Come on, 500 years passed, all the justice in the US is wrongfully written. Just throw them in the garbage, flush it out, create everything new, according to that evolution mode. When robots are breaking up, people are providing a code patch after code patch, and version number 1, version number 2 means that is how it works. They'll throw off that version, older version, because it's of invalid mode. But here, 500 years and 1,000 years of wrongfully written law is still used in USA. Why? Are people educated in using their brains? No. Right? It's been proved. So, you all got it. Why wars means they are searching for Jesus Christ. These foolish Queen Elizabeth, Pope Francis, Islam leaders, how many years passed, my dear fellow mankind? 50,000 years maybe? Let's put that many years for a easier calculation, math. That many years, they have been searching only Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Even after crucifixion, they know that Jesus Christ resurrected and lives. So they are still searching for that, even today, even now, this moment. Can you all see how foolish these Babylonians are? They will not understand wisdom when wisdom is taught to them. Okay? They will mock. They always, if you see, they are very jealous after the true Israelite Christian Jews' wisdom only. Very jealous. And out of jealous comes all the diseases, right? All the disabilities. So you all understood now. So there is a long history behind the Roman Empire itself. You got it. And I explained everything in a very shortest form, and it took how many minutes for me? And you all know it's close to 1 hour after all. Right? So give me another 10 to 20 minutes, which I will read the sign off. Right? Yes. Because one thing is, I have to get the civil justice, I have to get the salary, and I have to get the financial aid, I have to get the job offer sign off. Right? One side. And the other side, USA getting all the true criminals handed over to them in front of all nations. So no nations can run and hide from the justice. Then I step in, I sign up the job offer, I boom, 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 I provide all the medical finance compensation for all the 7.9 plus billions of humans according to my way. It might seem so rude. You might think, oh, on the earth, this lady, she's telling she will do in her way, like that. That is why I gave you all a fun task. Just work on who am I, right? And I also provided more fun tasks, right? Am I a lesbian? Am I a gay? Am I a transgender? Am I a man? Am I a woman? Right? If you want, you can add more fancy things like, am I a prostitute? Whatever. You name it, right? Or what it is. What am I? What am I? Well, why am I saying that I am going to provide the governance according to my way? Who am I? Who is she, right? To tell like that, you all might be wondering. So keep working on those tasks. I will surely reveal that to you all. Okay? Already the people who work with me side by side on the poverty-free earth end of the year volunteer 2030 volunteer project, they are aware who am I, right? So this will be the one more time I have to reveal it. So anyways, so you all got it. So what is Roman Empire one more time before I start? It is an Islam and Judaism and Zionism organization. So like England, Britain, London, are they different? No, right? It's the same way. World Zion Organization is Organization of Islam Cooperation is Egypt Empire is, Persia Empire is, Greece Empire is, Babylon Empire is, blue, 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 or you combine everything, cocktail. And then comes one product, it's called Roman Empire. So it's all a filth, absolute filth after all, right? And you are all seeing why Las Vegas was created at the first place. See, that's why I'm displaying a true Israel versus a fake Israel, right? So now you all got it. The Prime Minister of fake Israel also will be thrown in volcano. The Netanyahu, if I pronounce his name correctly. Yes. Because they were fooling USA with identity theft process. France was fooling one way. Germans were fooling one way. Actually, I would say Germans got in between that London, United Kingdom and the France on the other side, and they got they had no other go, but they had to go with them like that mode. They became slave. So everywhere the British, the Queen Elizabeth, she threw luxury and she bought the people as slaves. Got it? So that is why even the Martin Luther was a German, I think, and he was the one who displayed the scandal of Pope and wanted to separate from Roman Catholics with the Protestants, and that's the huge difference between these two population. Even today, that means a Roman Catholic civilian cannot even express their love for civilian in a Protestant denomination. They'll be killed up front. That is how fanatic love for that whatever that paganism is all about. So this all were created only by Islam, Judaism, because whatever religion and denominations and caliphates you are calling it today, available today, it's all created by these cunning Islam leaders. So there will be one by one, like a choo-choo train, they all will stand in a queue. And starting with Queen Elizabeth, one by one, Dalai Lama, Yoga Guru, they all will be gone in the volcano in ashes. Right? Because they destroyed everything, my dear fellow mankind. They are not eligible to live. That itself is a crime. Every single second they are allowed to live is a crime, my dear fellow mankind. Okay? So you all got to understand what is Roman Empire, right? So that is what I want. Because people should never be ignorant, or people should not be telling that, oh no, we were not aware of that truth. That is why we got fooled like that. No. Right? So yes, I will go and read it. Okay. So this Republica Roman Empire, and the one more bulletproof is what? We saw all the Roman provinces. Province and territory is the word used only by the Roman Empire. And colonization. And it's all comes under the monarchy, like a queen bee, right? That mode. And Queen Elizabeth used that mode only to destroy all nations. Because once when it is a colonization mode, nobody will know the other one's business. Meaning, state of Wisconsin will never know what state of Texas is undergoing through. State of Texas will not even aware what the state of Oklahoma is undergoing through. Like that kind of a colonization mode. And it also was created mandately on the government operations as well. So Department of Child Welfare never knows what is Department of Justice doing. Department of Justice never knows what is Department of Health Services doing. Means everything got destroyed just like that. Software lines of codes are destroyed because they never know what software code they have to write for the business operations. Can you all see how everybody became victims of abuse? Okay, so that means the United States of America, for displaying all this scandal, if they could pay me tax-free billions of dollars in salary using direct deposit, will help me at this point of time. I'm absolutely in a finance crisis mode. Okay, so the Republican Roman Empire never educated USA Republican government can never enforce poverty, and USA can never create robocall poverty mandate to Vethapriya, PROSE, a true civil lawyer, a true civil doctor, and true civil supreme civil judge, and it is fatal negligence of Roman Empire to be fatal negligence. So now you all got it why on the earth Europeans, they ran for life. They literally ran for life, even at the cost of losing their own family members or whatever. They were just running for their life from Europe nations just to touch that land, Ellis Island in USA, just to become citizens of USA, not even aware that they are going to end up slaves forever for Queen of Elizabeth, Pope Francis alone. So it is another scandal and a scandal. Imagine, and I'm going to provide medical compensation for that as well. Right? Pope Francis was tearing the Holy Bible in Europe and even in the United States of America when people were not allowed to read Holy Bible. And it is still happening in all the Islam nations. That is a live proof that Egypt rule is only provided everywhere. And Pope is also providing a show. He's providing a three-way show. First he's displaying he's a Pope. He's not Pope. And he's a Roman king he wrote, and he's not providing that. He's also a Egypt king, but he's also not providing that truth either. So you all in software world, they know the consequences of identity theft, right? And what is Pope Francis doing? Or what is Queen Elizabeth doing? What is France leader doing? What is Syria leader doing? Identity theft. And why USA allowed them to live free? Why USA nation lost the mind when there is Harvard Law School and when there is Harvard Medical School? Can you all understand why they are handcuffed and thrown on the jail? At least I am saying upfront, but people are not able to even talk straight because they are all in survival mode, right? And Roman Empire, the crime of Roman Empire is, do not have any birthright to be fatal negligence, and it was fatal negligence. That's why the Roman Empire never educated USA not to enforce poverty to I. But it provided, and it's God's name to be glorified, because today I'm signing up civil justice for myself, and it is also multitasking where all population will also get the medical compensation simultaneously. So either USA government should say knows who is Republica Roman Empire, or either USA government should say don't know who is Republica Roman Empire. So what is the era? USA is Islam, Judaism, Zionism is what? Roman Empire is Egypt Empire, created robocall poverty mandate, and it is a crime as of February 2021. So President Joe Biden cannot go and run and hide. He got all the curse. He surely will resign any second. because the scandal is skyrocketing. The crime is skyrocketing. He cannot, he do not even have time to puke. President Joe Biden. He has to quickly resign and just go to his hometown immediately. And this comes under the domestic violence classification of breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment, trespass the land, trespass the chattels. And then I, Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, own this text for ongoing civil justice sign-off. Because USA enforced poverty on me, that is a crime of USA. So Republica Roman Empire is Egypt Empire. With fatal negligence failed to educate, USA cannot create robocall poverty mandate, and by default created Republica USA robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and Republica government GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2018 enforced poverty mandate to me because of whom? Pope Francis, Islam leaders, Zionism leaders. Because I was telling what? I was educating what? Nations should never collect tax from population. Population should, birthrights never should pay tax. And they wanted me to be in the poverty mode, and they also want to grab the rightful job from me. So, poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, abruptly on October 2018, and Republica government, United States of America, took away $4,500 on October 2018 abruptly and enforced finance debt of $10,210.38 since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020. And as of today in 2021, February 2021, and also enforce finance disability to I. So it is a crime for Republica Roman Empire is Egypt Empire. It's itself an identity theft crime, standalone crime, beyond not educating USA to provide healthy process. When ruling USA and never educated, you should never provide enforced poverty to I. So civil justice is Citibank CEO of USA to pay off my debt $10,210.38 in full and sign off tax-free $4,500 direct deposit to my bank account. And Roman Empire is Egypt Empire must sign off tax-free $1,000 billion because Islam leaders as in Egypt Empire hide the truth using that identity theft process mandate that Egypt Empire is only Roman Empire to the United States of America forever. And then direct deposit that tax-free $1,000 billion to my bank account. So that means the United Arab Emirates can even stand upside down or roll over or even climb on the skyscrapers they built, and they can do whatever they want, but pay tax-free $1,000 billion direct deposit to my bank account. So who will help in all those healthy transactions? Holy Highness God of USA as in Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and Republica government of USA will provide the needful help in the healthy transactions. So I don't have to do anything. I will say transfer $1,000 billion direct deposit to my bank account. You do whatever. You say Allah, you say Assalamu Alaikum, or peace war, or whatever. Or wearing a burqa or not wearing a burqa clothing, I really don't care. I say just pay $1,000 billion to my bank account. Who is Egypt Empire? Who is Roman Empire to enforce poverty for me? Who? It's a disability. Doctors are foolish. They don't even know that finance disability is a disability. That itself is a crime as a standalone, which I can discipline them accordingly. But who is Egypt Empire, the Islam leaders, and the Roman Empire, one and the same only. They are just having a different name, that is all. So pay $1,000 billion, that is all. As simple as that. Very cheapest penalty, financial aid. How many people they tortured forever, for past 50,000 years, including starting with the Moses saving the Israelites time frame. If you want to calculate all the interest, then $1,000 billion is the cheapest finance aid I'm asking for. That means forever, for next 500,000 years, these Islam leaders will, even in the dream, should never ever dream to enforce poverty for the fellow mankind. Got it? Yes, they have to pay $1,000 billion. This is exclusive. Then for the previous section I told, Egypt Empire, they have to pay $500 billion, means totally $1,500 billion Islam leaders have to pay to me. One by one, count by count. I do not want just 1,500 billion. No. Let's say there is a Syria leader, Iran leader, right? They all have to pay $1,500 billion tax-free, direct deposit in my bank account. I don't know. This is the civil justice signed off to me, and this is all according to the Holy Bible guidelines. So nobody will ask me nothing, and population will not even ask the United States of America why on the earth Vethapriya has to get $1,500 billion from Islam leaders. This is only one crime, my dear fellow American. Oh, wait and watch and see. More crime is there, more medical finance billing is there. Oh, it'll be super fun to watch and see what the Islam leaders is going to say. Are they going to say Assalamu alaikum, or peace be with you, or are they going to say Allah, Allah, Allah like that? I will say, get out on the volcano, get lost in ashes. That's what I will say to them. And it's all men's club, and I am the woman. So they just cannot escape. Got it? They cannot run, first of all, anywhere. Even if they want to jump in the ocean and be gone, no, they will be caught. Because I own all the oceans. I own each drop in each ocean, be it Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. So they cannot jump inside any of the ocean as well. The Islam leaders. They all got red-handed, uncuffed. And in the spinal cord, the death penalty is allocated. Right? I gave all the time frame, I gave all the grace period to them. Right? They ignored it. And it is their choice to ignore. And they have to pay the price. So $1,500 billion tax-free direct deposit to my bank account is the cheapest finance aid I'm asking for the damages done to me. Right? They should never have provided any poverty to me. They should have sat side by side with President Trump and should have educated, never create poverty to Vethapriya. But they never did that. That is a crime. That is a crime. They should have sat side by side with the Republican GOP leader Mitch McConnell and educated, do not enforce poverty for Vethapriya. They never did that. That is a crime. For that crime, they have to pay $1,500 billion price. It's the cheapest. Absolutely cheapest. If I had to include interest like that, Islam-Judaism provides, that would be skyrocketing. But I'm just only asking, just pay $1,500 billion and get out of the earth. Means they still get to face the death penalty. They cannot live free. No, I cannot forgive them. I just cannot. True God of true Christianity can even work on forgiving them. No, I cannot. That is how I can display how I can only glorify the God of true Christianity. That is how I can glorify the true God of true Christianity. I cannot forgive Islam leaders. No. Even if President Trump stands in front and says, no, do not, please forgive, begs me to forgive all the Islam leaders, I will say to President Trump, please, President Trump, please resign, go enjoy your retirement life. No, do not interfere in this holiest judgment process. Means nobody can help the Islam leaders. They can shout for help. Nobody will be dared to help. Even the military of their own nations, they are all hiding behind me. They will not dare to help any of the Islam leaders. No. So that means it is almost like that Gladiator movie kind of, So you all might be wondering, am I a man after all? Or is she a woman? Or in a man talking like a woman, am I mocking? Or like that, right? No. my fellow man, can you keep working on it? So I'm just providing that as a sample, right? Like a gladiator movie, the last scene where all the military will keep quiet and that Roman king will be slaughtered, chopped, right? It is almost like that, I would say. So am I a man or a woman or a transgender? You keep working on it. That's a fun task for you all to work on. Okay. So then I displayed all these scandals of absolute monarchs to the United States of America. I, Vethapriya, PROSE for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya, PROSE want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India after my name. Okay, that is civil justice after me. And then I, Vethapriya, PROSE to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice after me. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served to me. And I, Vethapriya, PROSE becomes Supreme Chief Family Law Judge and Supreme Chief Judge of all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya, PROSE to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director for all nations to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations Organization, World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control, DCF, DHS, DOJ, IRS, Agriculture, Imports, Exports, Military, etc. in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya, PROSE to be ambassador for all nations, starting with India. And I, Vethapriya, must get the dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. So why it took 1 hour and 21 minutes is because I have to crystal clearly communicate and explain, educate the birthright, the human, the public awareness that what exactly is the Roman Empire. In what is one word for Roman Empire? Filth or crap or garbage. So we are all living in the garbage only. Like pig soaked. If you see the pigs, they'll be soaked only in the garbage, right? That is how they live. And these Roman Empire threw innocent population worldwide in the garbage. That is why each nation became garbage when each nation is a holiest nation after all. Right? Each nation is a holiest nation. So nobody knows what is the meaning of Israel. Nobody knows what is the meaning of Jew. Nobody knows what is the name of Jew. So everything got destroyed. All because of confusion. All because of no awareness. All because of no education whatsoever. All because of ignorance. And it was all enforced on purpose. These people did not wanted the population to be wisest. That's how they can rule, right? That's how they can control. That's how they can eat the population blood in the form of tax. Versus I am saying what tax-free means, I am absolutely aware that Queen Elizabeth's ears is bleeding right now because she cannot tolerate the word tax-free. Right? For 100 long years, she has been eating the tax, and I'm saying tax-free. Pay tax-free $50,000 trillion to me. She will not even faint. She will bleed pus out of her ear. And I'm saying celebrate Merry Christmas loudest means all these Islam leaders' ears will be bleeding. Toxins only. They'll be wondering why on the earth everybody's celebrating Merry Christmas, even the Islam, even the atheism, all the non-Christians must be celebrating Merry Christmas right now, this moment. Because it's a direct fire slap on all these absolute monarchs. Got it? They destroyed everything. You name it, holy marriage law they destroyed, humanity destroyed, basic humanity got destroyed, my dear fellow mankind. How many? If you're going to see the Jordan and Dubai and Qatar like that, all the Pakistan, leave Pakistan, but these Middle East Asian countries, they never know what is the word called poverty. Oman, the GDP, there is no, you cannot see a poverty on the road. homeless on the road. But versus the USA should never even have a poorest people in here. Only 300 million, very meager population in the whole entire earth. I mean, the nation. The nation landmass is a huge landmass. It should not be even struggling to provide all the basic needs for the population of only 300 million population. It's just like a peanut, not even peanut, like a size of a mustard, I would say, or a size of that quinoa, that grain, like that. So that itself is a proof that how Islam leaders, they went and destroyed everything, even the United States of America. So USA government, President Joe Biden government, the Democrat government or Republican government are slaves to Islam, Judaism, Zionism. They are puppets to them. So that traces to why the Republican GOP leader and Democrat GOP leaders are slaves. They have to provide a show. So they were mandated to look at fault mode. See, I told I can bail out those people because I know they are innocents. But I cannot forgive them, right? Because that Supreme civil judge job rightful belongs to me. And that was stolen from me. That is not right, right? That is never right. I don't know about others, but I keep things that belongs to me very safe. I never like to lose that belongs to me. No, I do not. Even if I lose it for some reason, and if I search, I'll find it. Or if I search it and if I'm not able to find it, I will even whatever, and then I will still find it someday. It's been like that. So that means whatever belongs to me, I will never ever lose it. No. It's so personal to me and I will not lose it. This is me. I don't know about my peers. I take care of that. That belongs to me very careful. But then when all these toxins enforces to civilians like me, it is a torture. For that alone, United States of America should pay me billions of dollars to allow for produce foolish people. Who is USA to even produce foolish people at the first place? Just because they want to provide tax to Queen Elizabeth, they are producing foolish people. That is wrong. They should have slapped Queen Elizabeth and should have asked her to get out of the Buckingham Palace and to be gone in ashes and volcano long time back. They never did that. So meaning they never knew who is the true queen, who is not the true queen, who is fake, who is not a fake, who is a royal, who is never a royal, like that. Because the illusion was so glossy, so shining to display that illusion is only the truth, and boom, USA got fooled, right? Anyways, the civil justice have to be served, and God is God, and God's labor is known only to God, is also the wisdom, right? And why God is God always, all the time, is also wisdom. Why evil is always evil is also the wisdom. Why foolish or always foolish can never understand wisdom is also wisdom. Okay, so yes, we are all on the same page that this particular civil justice sign-off is signed off for myself only, right? Because USA nation, or for that matter any nation, do not have any birthright to enforce poverty on a civilian. And it is a civilian's birthright to stand up and slap the government when the government operations are wrongfully created and can get the salary for that. And I am earning a salary as of now. It's just that it's spending mode. USA owe me a lot of salary. Yes, today I'm in a pauper mode. Today I don't know what I'm going to do next, how I'm going to pay my bills next month. I'm just wishing that I could sign off a job offer immediately and start. And it'll absolutely help me when USA direct deposits my finance aid. It will absolutely help when a CEO, Citibank CEO stands up and pays the debt in full and pays that $4,500 direct deposit to me immediately. Because it's never my fault. It is President Trump's fault. It is Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh's fault. Right? And it is Republican GOP leader's fault, Mitch McConnell's fault. It is Pope Francis' fault. It is Islam leaders' fault. Then why on the earth their USAs even want to turn their back on me, not helping me in any ways? It will help me when I'm getting enough fund to find affordable housing according to my choice. It can be $1 billion home or $1 million home or a $1 home. Right, whatever, it is my choice, right? Who are people to define me on what home I have to choose or what pricing I have to choose or where I have to choose? It is my choice. But then, when I'm not getting those healthy help, it is creating a lot of stress for me because I'm innocent and the torture provided to me on an injustice way, it is too much of for me to handle it, right? Sometimes, yes, I'm crying. Sometimes I'm self-motivating myself and I'm saying, okay, no, I am displaying the truth to the USA government. I sure will get all the benefits from USA government in the rightful way. I'm self-motivating myself. And age factor, all right, health issues, everything is there. But when that fine and stable mode is provided, at least that stress can be relieved. And I could still move on with all the other things which I can work on. Anyways, so it is if we are all in the same page, you all must be saying, "Wow, fantastic! How on the earth she is doing it and earning a salary after salary after salary and after salary, that too richest." Of all richest in the rightful way. In front of all nations only I am going to get the civil justice. Right? So, you all are aware by now that I handcuffed all the Islam nations. That means the Islam national leaders cannot run anywhere. Be it United Arab Emirates leader, fake Israel leader, Syria leader, nobody can run anywhere and hide. They cannot go and hide in the Buckingham Palace even. Even she got handcuffed, right? So nobody can help nobody. Anyways, so this is pretty much it. So we are all on the same page on correct education on what is Roman Empire, right? So Roman Empire is what, one more time? Egypt Empire. What is Egypt Empire? Islam, Judaism, Zionism. What is Islam, Judaism, Zionism? In a different version, Greek Empire. What is Greek Empire? You all know Greek yogurt. If you go to the grocery, you all might be seeing that fancy name Greek yogurt, right? How tasty it is, how creamy it is, isn't it? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, Greece empire is indeed Islam-Judaism. Okay? The Mediterranean food lifestyle, the olives, the dates, right? And then if you go to Persia and Afghanistan, that's also Islam and Judaism and Zionism. They all were worshipping only the paganist gods. So there needs to be discipline provided to them, right? And that's a proof. Jonah, the tomb was blasted only when I was educating about Prophet Jonah. That is a life proof there. I was educating the wisdom of Prophet Jonah. And it was a Ramadan of 2015, if I remember it correctly. Because those are the activities that can be easily remembered, right? Because memory processing also varies from person to person. I am absolutely positive it is June of 2015, Ramadan Day. Ramadan, the celebration provided for Islam-Judaism. That's when they blasted that prophet Jonah's tomb. Can you see how cunning they are? And even in that mode, I only said, be calm. God is there. God will take care. And today, all the Islam leaders are handcuffed mode. They cannot run. They cannot turn left and right. No. Nobody is going to help. Even their own national military services will never bother to help. Got it? So that is why God is always God. Civil justice always wins means there is a reason behind it. Nobody can buy civil justice. No. Okay? So thank you all for your time. Yes, Roman Empire is Islam-Judaism. It's an absolute proof why USA is a Babylon nation, USA is a Persian nation, USA is a Greek nation, USA is an Egypt nation, USA is a Roman Empire nation, one filth, garbage nation. Got it? And that is the truth. We all have to accept it. And there is no shame in to accept the reality. And I would say just stop all this making this robo at the first place. Hey, first let's fix all the broken things and then let's enjoy using that robo in a healthy way. Means that is a healthy process. Without fixing all the government operation, only robots, only people want it, means that there's an absolute contradictory on that, right? Anyways, I have to get the job offer signed off and I have to start providing the design solutions, right? So I wish USA could blindest sign the job offer to me immediately, now, 1 minute, okay? And I'm ready to start the job. So thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye now.